It's June 18, 2026. You're here with us for DAVAO Historical Society's Throwback Thursday, where we explore culture, conversations, and chronicles. We're here in Ayala Malls of Visa with our special guests to unpack the idea of Bonga, the evolution of gender in pop culture. And Jesse, we're very excited to be here with you today. Before we begin, let us please call in the president of the DAVAO Historical Society, Ma'am Luz Ilagan, to share a few messages, or your opening messages. Ma'am Luz, maayong hapon. You can stand anywhere you like.
Maayong hapon sa atong tanan, especially to our regular guests, Queenie and Dinky, and the members of the Davao Historical Society. Thank you, our moderator, and our members of the panel, RONWEN, OLSON, and Bobby. Our title or topic today is Bonga. And for people who belong to my generation, it was Bonga Kaday. Today, a basic module in gender sensitivity training is the topic on making a distinction between sex and gender. It has been required by law that our students should undergo this training. Even government employees are asked to have this very important GST. My question is, has the GST done some changes on our people, on the sectors who underwent this training? Has discrimination, gaslighting, in fact, exploitation disappeared from our environment? Or are there changes in the mentality, the perspective, the point of view of people around us? It would be good to listen to our panel, because these are our friends who can share with us what they think about being bonga before, bongacious today, or are the problems before still present, or are there changes? Like, do we have safe spaces now, or have our friends changed their perspective? So welcome to our Bonga Throwback Thursday from Davao Historical Society.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Luz. Indeed, no, we have so much to unpack. In this afternoon's conversation, not only like gender, but also like what life looks like across generations. And we are very happy to create this space with you today, which you can also view live in Kadangpan Digital Media TV, and also the Davao Historical Davao History TV on Mindanao Times. So tune in if you're here, and you can also catch up on the conversation later when you are online. So let's jump into the conversation. We have our exciting lineup of speakers this afternoon. We'll ask them to introduce themselves very quickly, and so we can get to know what they do and get to know them more. We'll start with Sir Ronwen J. Gonzalez, communication and media student at UP Mindanao. And we also have OLSON RIVERA, who's lived a colorful life exploring identity and fostering community through the everyday. And also Sir Bobby Castillo, Roberto Bobby Castillo, who has been a forefront in the field of design, being the senior designer of Chardon for more than 30 years. Very wonderful, colorful speakers for this afternoon. May hapon sa inyong tanan? Yeah, so let's take maybe a minute to introduce ourselves. Maybe tell us more about yourself beyond the bio that was sent to me.
Okay, good afternoon po. First of all, I would like to thank the Davao Historical Society and Ma'am Amy for having me here. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Good afternoon. I am Ronwen J. Gonzalez, an incoming second year BA Communication and Media Arts student at University of the Philippines, Mindanao po. And currently, I am a resident staffer and a field correspondent in our official publication, which is the Himati. And also, I do student leadership. Currently, I am the chairperson of the Council of Freshie Students din po. And during my first year po, I was, thank God, nanalo in a non-binary pageant competition in our university po.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Olson, tell us about yourself.
So good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me. And I'm a graduate of Ateneo de Davao University. Yeah, and I finished Bachelor of Arts in Communication under my division head, Mrs. Luz Ilagan, for 4 years. Okay?
Wow.
So after that, I teach in college. Then I went to Japan for 15 years. I worked there as a performing artist, as or they call a showroom, and I choreographed. Then I came back here last 2010. Then I joined the BPO company, the call center. Then last March 13, I had my retirement. Then right now I'm free. Thank you.
I love that. Thanks, Olson.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Bobby Castillo, and I would like to thank Davao Historical Society for inviting me. As of the moment, I'm still a designer at Chardin. I graduated literature and philosophy from De La Salle University. So, on the side, I still write and I still read, and in the forefront of a lot of activities. Member of different Rotary Club, religious club, name it, I'm a member. EOS de Davao, which we're having a grand ball coming up on June 29, and the Alumni Association of Ateneo, and a lot of things. And also, when I reached 60 a few years back, I finished a culinary course, a second life again, so pursuing my other interests. But still, as of the moment, design is still my first love. So thank you again.
I love that. Thank you so much to our special guest. We are very excited to spend the next 30 minutes or so with you. Let's jump into our first question, and it's about gender expression. What can you tell us about the sense of creative freedom that you have back in the day or like today when it comes to expressing yourself? Let's start with Bobby.
Well, I could say because I was brought up in a very boys' school in Ateneo, but thank God I had a strong character. So bullying was not in my cup of tea. So I survived 4 years at Ateneo High School, all boys. I come from the batch of the last batch, Huling Barako. And proudly, we were one of the strong ones who encounter bullying in school. No, we made our mark, and up to now, our classmates in high schoolers, we feel like we're brothers who grew up together. Now, being gay in Ateneo, I was the suki of the guidance counselor. I don't know why. Because I think I was very way ahead of my time. I think all of them, Olson was my batchmate in Ateneo High School. The guidance count, 1980, graduated 1980. So we are now 63, 62, 63 years old. At the time, the guidance counselor would always call me and they would advise all the gay batchmates that I had not to fraternize with me because I would had so much influence in their gay thinking. So I was gay forward already because luckily I came from a clan that was very permissive. We never had I never had any identity problems. So if you're gay, be a good one. Just study well. No, that's it. So I was very lucky. A dad was very, hindi naman siya, just wanted to be a good person. That's it. Then you pursue whatever. Lucky nga ang mga bata ngayon because they have so much choices now. At the time, you just have to finish a 4-year degree and that's it. then bahala ka na. Yes.
I love that. That's my motto now. Be gay and be a good one. Thank you. Also, and tell us about your journey.
Okay, for me right now, even though I'm very much open to the new generation, because I work with a call center, so all my colleagues are young. Okay, they even working students. But in spite of being open-minded, but the last thing that comes in me is by being very traditional. Okay, so I'm not that kind. I mean, yung mga bata kasi, they really wanted to flaunt everything. Okay? Then ako naman, I'm very much reserved. Pero tinitingnan ko lang sila on how they do it. But if they, pag once nagkakamali sila, then I'll just look at them. Then if they wanted help, then that's the only time that I will butt in. Okay? Then regarding the school, I was in ICC. It's UIC right now. Then I usually skip the Boy Scout and the PE for the guys because I always go to the pearly shell of my classmates. Then I wear the grass skirts. Then after that, then I went. My mom told me na you choose. It's either Davao City High School or Ateneo. So I had my entrance examination in both. Then when enrollment comes, then we went to City High first because because before City High has very high standard when it comes to public school. Okay, but my mother asked the teacher that anong ginagawa nila dyan sa mga that's basakan, right? Okay. Yeah. Tapos sabi naman yung isang kwan, I don't know if it's teacher or staff, ay dyan ako sila nag-agriculture. So my mom thought na everybody should go on to that subject. So sabi ko, oh my God, sabi ng mama ko na it can't be. Lipat ka ng Ateneo. Sabi ko, no, kasi mas gusto ko taga sa City High kasi may mga babae. Natatakot ako sa Ateneo because it's all boys, exclusive. And mind you, absent ako ng 2 weeks. I went out of the house, then I stayed in the coconut sa bahay namin. So may coconut na is somewhere in Samdawan na coconut pa yun. I stayed there for the whole morning and the whole afternoon. Then the guidance counselor called sa bahay. Sabi niya, ma'am, bakit di pa nagkapasok si OLSON RIVERA? So, doon na. So, tinapan ako nun sa maid namin na, ihatid mo siya doon, tapos kunin mo siya. So, then after that, sa college ko, I met Bobby. So, tagang laman talaga siya ng guidance counselor, even the principal. So,
I just wanted to recall because sa Ateneo, it's a tradition na during the first week, we always have Catholic Mass, di ba? Then, so all boys kami, from 4th year to 1st year. Then there was this song, part of the Mass na, first, biglang may babaeng boses na nagalabas sa likod. So, sino itong bayot na ano to? It was also. Then he was a friend ko, ay, halika nga. Kasi ako man parang doon. So, very dominant. Then, what's your name? Also Rivera. A friend na tayo ha. Ayan. So that started na regular na siyang pumapasok sa Ateneo.
yes. Then, actually, 8 kami lahat, no? We're 8. Okay? Then, after that, sa Ateneo High, yeah. The reason why na dinapakuan siya sa amin sa guidance because she's so fashionable before. Ako, I really don't know anything about the world, about the fashion, and he was the one who introduced me what is fashion is. Okay? Then, regarding sa mga pananamit naman, I really have a difficulty in Ateneo because in Wednesday, we have this, Civilian Day. Then you can see this classmates of us. Sabi ko, my God, bakit ako napunta dito? May mga lakos, may mga koleksyon, and we're just an ordinary family. Then, nakikita ko si Bobby, may mga necklace, everything, mga accessories. Sabi ko, kaya ka pinapagalitan ng principal sa guidance counselor. Kasi uniform mo, may nakawit ka ganun dyan. So, perfect uniform na, it's just like one white and khaki. Ganyan. Pero siya, ang dami ng burnonoy. Tapos, may one time pa, ang 4th year namin, we cannot play volleyball. Before we will, Father Unson, right? Bago pa ni Father si Felicissimo Unson, yeah. So, ako volleyball varsity ako that time, so I cannot be able to play. Alam mo kung saan kami pinalaro para lang masign ang clearance namin. Ang dalawa nasa soccer. ang isa nasa softball, ako nasa basketball. Ay, ikaw saan ka? Sa Boy Scout siya napunta. So, really had fun din, kahit ganon. Then, when na-college na ako, then I've been with the mga extracurricular activities more.
Mhm.
And by the way, my parents was able to accept me for what I am. Kasi maaga ako nag-mature when it comes to myself. Sabi ko, bayot man ako, but syempre noon galit ang mga parents, mga ganun, we really have to hide it. But what I did is I excel my sa education. I let them go upstairs the stage kasi before best in reading, best in mathematics, but every subject counts. Kaya ang mama, papa ko, ikaw na naman, pagod na ako. So, yun ang ginawa ko sa parents ko for them to accept me. Kasi pag once na you are very much responsible on your education, kampante sila na this son of mine won't be fooled because won't be bullied because he has the intelligence. So, yun lang siya. Kaya ang kwan ko sa kanila is, pag bayot man kayo, you have to finish your college, your degree.
Yes.
It's different when you have a diploma.
Right. Sounds like parang a lot of colorful things really happen in school and in the life that's are built around it, no? So let's hear from Ronwen. Like, what's your sense of freedom like when it comes to your gender expression?
I do agree now. There's a lot of colorful things that happens in school because it's only in UP when I entered UP college na I get to wear a gown during that pageant because ever since I was a child, sabi ko, parang gusto kong mag-wear ng gown. Parang gusto kong mag-heels. And there was this one time, I think I was 6 or 7 years old. Tinago ko yung eyeshadow ni mama. Tapos ginatry ko siya pag wala sila sa bahay. Tapos ginahide ko lang siya. So, that's the time that I knew that, I'm different from everyone. Though, back in the day, parang gano'ng katanda. Pero nung bata pa ako, like elementary, I don't really get to express who really I am. Like, I have to pretend na, oh, I'm straight. Pero nahalata naman siya, di ba, ng mga tao. So, yun, hindi rin nakaligtas sa bullying. I get to experience bullying when I was in elementary. And, wala, nagagawa lang, umiyak, magsumbong. But then, in high school, in City High, I get, City High.
City High din ako.
Ayun, madaming babae sa section namin. And we were only 7 na lalaki. The straights are 3, I think. Tapos, ayun, most of my friends are girls. So, I get to experience how to, like, mag-shopping with them and, uy, parang maganda to na dress and ganito, ganyan. But, I was really repressed to dress what I want, to speak how I want to speak, and, you know, it was only in college na nagagawa ko yung gusto ko when it comes to gender expression, like, in bags, in the way I dress, because in UP I was able to not just the gown during the competition, but like wear things like mga tops na hindi siya ginasuot ng mga straight men, and I was really happy about that because when I get to get older, I get to express myself more and be stronger. And just like Ma'am Olson, I used also my academics before ako umamin sa parents ko. So, just like her, ang dami niyang awards nung graduate siya, and me naman, wala sa boast, pero yun yung ginawa kong way for me to be accepted before I confess na during graduation in grade 12, ayun, daming awards. So, gulat yung mama ko. Then, after a week doon ko sinabi na, Ma, I'm not straight. I'm curved. In a gender way and physically, ganun. So, ayun, sabi naman niya, wala silang magagawa as long as I'm happy. Just, protect myself from people that would harm us. Kasi we cannot deny it that we are always prone to a lot of people who will harm us emotionally, mentally, and physically. And ayun, as we get to old and evolve, we get to accept the reality, and I hope a lot of more gay kids, hindi nila ma-experience maging repressed, may it be in our family or in our institution. Yan po. Thank you for that.
As you navigate all of these, the harms that you mentioned, sense of community and creating spaces where you feel safe is very important. Starting with you, Ronwen, how did you find or nurture or contribute to create a social, a safe space where you can like meet like your fellow like-minded peers, especially in a camp academic setting or in UP?
Uh, for me kasi I feel more safe when I'm with the girls. I actually, honestly, I don't really feel safe when there are a lot of men because, yes, you know, na experience natin yung discrimination. And when it's just the girls, I feel safe to be more of who I am. And in UP, madami naman yung mga just like us na hindi straight and we get to share our struggles, our experiences, and with that we get to create a safe space for us. And in UP, there's an organization din kasi, it's called UP Mindanao Mental Relay, and they teach us, and their advocacy are centered on the LGBT community, wherein they tackle discussions and the struggles and how can we combat this, properly.
For Olson and Bobby, what were the safe spaces like back in the day? And can you tell us about kumbaga, the community? How did you meet each other? How do you meet people? Where do you convene?
So let's start with the family first. For as long as you follow the dreams and goals of your parents, so there's no problem about it. Okay? Then when it comes to the community, so we cannot please everybody kasi yung mentality nila is different. Okay? I mean, their definition of this and my definition of this is not the same. So wala, you have to accommodate na lang. Na if you could be able to know na you're better than them, then you just have to understand them. Pag once na, if you think that you're wrong, then you just have to say sorry. Then when it comes to the school naman, oh my God, this is really my biggest what's this? Kaba, to be one of the students of the, kasi we're the last batch of exclusive for boys in Ateneo. And we were called mga huling barako ng Ateneo. So actually, the word bully is not yet on our time. It's just like a petty quarrel, kanchaw-kanchaw. And no one can harm us when we're still in high school because Bobby will be the one to save us.
Thankfully, I never had the struggle of coming out, tago-tago. No, I never experienced that. So I was already gay. In fact, I was the gayest, I think, among my batch and the batch below us. I was the most staunch defender of gays, really. Pang mga first year. That's why I've maintained good relationships with gays from the first year batch, second year batch, up to now, third year. Because binubuli sila, they run to me and I always tell them na, suntukin mo, kung hindi ikaw sasampatin ko. So, susuntukin niya talaga. Oh, matakot man yung mga lalaki. So, ever since, I've always been a defender of who we are. And, tsaka, I've always had this mentality that what you can do, we can do better. Oh, so, we've always been like that. But thankfully, our batchmates, up to now, we're like brothers. So, para kami yun na yung tito talaga. So, sometimes I'm the ninong of their daughters when they get married or we maintain because I've always never had that struggle. Tsaka, I was always the person who can express myself well. From the mga social hanggang sa mga pobre. Sige, join pa rin tayo dyan, ganyan. So, I have a lot of friends from all spectrum, from all classes.
Right, that sounds like a really nice and nurturing environment that you have. And I can notice a pattern that the formative years of like, being gay growing up happened in school. Like, can you tell us, asa mo, like, after school, like kanang when you were adult, growing as an adult na, after school, kanang asa mo nag-hang out back then? Yung sa mga social spaces.
Of course, we have, kasi in the gay world, especially in Davao, meron din mga subset. You know, meron mga men acting like men, gay men acting like men, may mga gay people acting like girls, may mga gay na very colorful din, may mga gay na mga closet, mga closeta, that's what we call them in the days back. So, thankfully, I'm friends of everybody. So, we respect them. Their coming out should be on their own terms. Kung magbubuka-bukas, bukas. Kung next year pa, next year muna. Ganon. Basta coming out should always be at the time when you are ready. Yan yung sa amin. Now, we congregate usually like we miss our friend Pigot, no? Because we always hang out in a coffee shop. We can talk from the most intelligent conversation to the naughtiest, to the most camp. Even magaling ang mga bading sa ganyan mga movies na yung mga movies na magagaling, mga artista, mga laos na, pero we still can remember mga socialites na we can talk a lot of things under the sun. We can even talk about a beautiful antique, a beautiful book that was written by somebody, ganyan. We can also talk about politics, what happened years back, everything. The gays, especially now, the young ones, are multifaceted. So, I think sa amin is coffee shop. Yeah, the coffee shop usually is very conducive. Tapos, the coffee shop before, Basti's Brew before, then Mardoni's before, if you remember, before the mushrooming of the coffee shop culture, yan na yan. Then, from coffee, we transition to algonos. Algonos mean, drinks na, alak na, ganon, everything. So, we're very versatile. That's it.
Yeah, you mentioned the kind of mga interests that you explore, no? And you must have a lot of parang figures to look up to, Paul, no? Can you tell us about, starting with Bobby, can you tell us about representation? Like, yung sa mga icons o mga look up to you?
In Davao, before, this is a historical forum, there was really up to now, there's a very colorful gay culture here. What we miss now, we were talking about, is every Mayo, we have this gay Santa Cruzan na being, ang mga sagalas are the leading designers and beauticians. That's how we call them before, no? So we have the iconic names like Lilibet, Ernie Marquez, Danny Pamplona, Tito Boy Ginoo. They're dressed divine. They're dressed by the leading designers of the day, like Manoy Opring Biliran, Twiggy, Tito Boy, Romy Corona. Every year yan, every Mayo. Davao has a very cool, very colorful gay culture. Pero noon kasi, yung mga gays acting like male, which is predominant now, they are the decided minority. Meron na rin yan. May mga foreigners na rin yan, like sila Bebo, But before, pag bading, you come in a certain typical look. It's either you're a designer, you're a beautician, you're into the arts, ganon. Bihira lang yung mga gay lawyers, gay bankers. Usually, very subdued yan sila. Because that calls for a very subdued personality. But they have now...
Actually, we have doctors na, gays na, before. They have also lawyers na gays. But they kept it by themselves because of legacy or because of the title. Okay, not like us before. Is it done? So in my time, when I finished when we were in college, we explored same friends from high school. There is this we communicate with our beauticians because we don't go to the barbershops anymore when we're in college. So we go to the parlors already. When we were still in high school, we have no choice but we have to go to the barbershop and have cut it 5 by 10 because of the CAT and the ROTC. Then after that, when we finished college, then I started joining beauty contests. Okay, so I was one of those gays who really swayed the crown always. Best in talent. And the only thing that I cannot get is the best in swimsuit because I'm so thin and I don't wear pads. Okay? So, I get the best in talent. I do monologues. Then, in question and answers, sasabihin nila, naku, because when I finished college pala, I used to teach in college. I taught English before. So, yung mga sila Lilibet, sila mga mentors namin na Bobby, isa, ay nako, huwag din papasukin sa 15 semi-finalists yan. Pag mapasok sa 15 semi, dire-diretso na yan. So, siguro in my time na nag-beauty pageant ako, I only have siguro 3 beses ako na running up and everything is the Miss Gay. Okay? Then after that, then here comes the Araw ng Davao, the Flores de Mayo, and we have also a community activity which is very much awaited by the DAVAO premiums, the Miss Gay Universe, held in Central Bank, Davao Central Bank. So if you will be able to win one of those, pagdating sa Araw ng Davao, naka-float kayo niyan. So kami mga 5 niyan. So I won the Miss Young International 1981, 82, somewhere there. Then that was the yellow, what's that? Yung kay Cory Aquino, the yellow. Kasi prior to that, yung mga float ng mga bakla, when they come to UM, may mga sigarilyo, may mga nagtatapon. Natakot ako that time kasi that was my first time to show in public na I joined this contest and that was the second time I joined the contest. So, makikita ng mga tao doon na, halaka, anak yan ni Rivera. And our family is very much known because we sell peanuts. Okay? So, lahat ng masinihan, airport, going to everything, even in Kalinan, they know Rivera is sa mga manian sa peanuts. We're the manufacturer. And always kumakain ng mani sa bahay. Then, that time, so, nung nag-float na kami, 4 lang kami nanalo kasi ang 2 nanalo is from Cotabato and from Manila and Cebu. So, they cannot join. They have to leave kagad. Then, natakot ako. Pagdating ng UN, talagang nakakatakot na dyan. Pero because it's a yellow, what's that? Yellow Friday, tawag natin nun. So, ang float namin is pure yellow na, anong tawag? No, not crepe paper. It's fresh balm. The yellow moss and mumps, yeah, the mumps, yeah. So what I did, because I'm the oldest of the group, though I got the Miss Young International. So that's the time I gave flowers to the students of UM. So sa awa ng Diyos, isang sigarilyo lang talaga ang nakuha sa gown ko. So that was the only thing. Then and after that, for 5 years we had this beauty pageant at Davao Central Bank. Now, if you will be one of the winners, you can be able to join any purok or barangay because tapos, yun lang siya. So, I grew up with a beauty pageant na kahit naging teacher ako, but still, yun pa rin nanalo. Ay, pagdating ako dun sa school, pagsabi ng mati, ay, congratulations also. Why? Ay, you won pala dun sa ganito, ganyan. Ay, it's okay. Then, after that, sa college din ako, I've been very much active with the extracurricular activities under Ma'am Ilagan. So, then I'm very much happy kasi she's always there, hands-on palagi sa amin. And what else? Yun lang siguro muna. And you?
Ronwen, can you give us like the feel or the vibe of this generation? Sino ang look up? Kasi look up ninyo karon. What sort of, sino mga figures or like mga yeah, the kind of lifestyle that inspires you to embrace or get to know yourself more?
I think most of the community in our generation looks up to sa mga drag races, the drag queens. A lot of them are into
Ronwen,
it. Bobby has a question for you. Yes.
No, how young are you now?
I am currently 20 po.
yeah. Sige, keep going.
Ay, sorry. They're into it, but for me, I do look up to, if we are talking about international arena, Michael Cinco, because they were able to bring, the Filipino pride, and the way they design their customers, their clients are around the world. And if we are talking about in a local manner, I do look up to one of our lecturers in UP Mindanao. Dati siyang chairperson ng student council and currently the advisor of the Mentefole. She teaches us about the history of not just in Mindanao, since doon namin siya naging teacher, but also the struggles of the gay community in our country. And Mentefole, that being gay is really ingrained in the culture of the Filipinos before we were colonized by the Spaniards. And before the Filipinos respects our people like us, our community. But then since we were colonized, the colonizers taught us that that's indifferent and that's not normal in our culture. So ayun, doon tayo na whitewashed na wala ang respect sa ating community. And that's why I look up to her, because despite facing a lot of discriminations, she still takes stand on what she is fighting for, because she is currently doing books about trans women and their struggles. Yun po.
Thank you. Yes,
Si Miss Malaya Lapino po.
we can see that the youth is very active when it comes to connecting with each other and creating all sorts of projects and endeavors relevant to advancing self-discovery in the LGBT community. Tell us about the enthusiasm. Asan nilang gikan ang enthusiasm to continue organizing yourselves? I can also see it in like recent the younger peers that I have right now. Asa ang inyong drive?
Sabi nga nila, they walk so we could run. I think it is coming from the previous efforts of the people who fought for our rights. Kasi hindi naman tayo magiging ganito ka-liberated, ganito ka-open and ka-loud on who we are if wala yung mga nauna sa amin na ipagsigawan kung sino talaga sila. Ipagsigawan to create a space in our society. And I think that dyan nagmumula yung enthusiasm, not only to those who push to have a space in our community, but also for those who were perished because of discrimination. And that's where is enthusiasm coming from. Not just to find justice for them, but also para wala nang maulit pang ganong mangyaring cases. Because tao din naman tayo, and we deserve a right, just like what the straights do. That's how,
Right. Well, I'm very interested to listen to Olson and Bobby respond to that. But I just want to note that this celebration is equally meaningful when it comes to creating a sense, furthering the sense of community. Like I think, like the past month we've seen establishments nurture and support the community that way. Like the Alamos Brisa, for example, they conducted pride events such as like a trivia night, dedicated trivia event in the restaurant row. And then you see all sorts of activities in the city. Very vibrant, very colorful, very free community this generation. What are your thoughts about that, Alson and Bobby?
Thankfully, thankfully, we were able to pave the way for the young generation to thrive creatively or in their choice field where they want to excel or where they want to prosper. Before, when you say gays, they are usually relegated only to the arts or to the careers that beautify. But in our generation, we have had lawyers who have legal luminaries and those who have excelled in the field of medicine and research. And we also have gay people. I have gay friends who have excelled in the academy, in the government service. I have a friend who is now the consul in the assistant vice consul in Dublin, in Ireland. So they've paved the way for the young generation like RONWEN, that they be able to thrive and not encounter any hesitations or challenges that may come their way while they're pursuing their dreams. So I'm proud that now we can always speak without even cowering in fear. We can even demand service equally for us that is being accorded to the straight people. Saka in our community, we always try to help each other, especially when during my generation, we had the outburst of the HIV and the AIDS. So thankfully now, it has been addressed and it's being constantly being addressed too. Further education on this so that the young generation can enjoy the fruits of our generation's labor, so to speak. So, and I always encourage the young gay people to study, to pursue, to continue challenging whatever pursuits that come your way.
Awesome. As for me, before, talagang it really have a difficulty even on choosing your career on college. Kasi pag once I say, ay gusto ko mag-HRM, ay baka sabihin nila, matakot akong bayot-bayot. Kung mag-nursing ka naman, pang babae naman yun. Okay? So, talagang I'm very much happy na it's very much open right now and so frustrating on our part that we really have to choose twice na kung ito ba ito yung course namin. Okay? But this time, they have their choices na and the parents was able to understand them na this is the interest that once my son is or whatever. So as long as you finish your studies, that will be fine. Tama na yun. Just finish your education and that's everything. Kasi ako, gusto ko na sana mag-stop ng college because I wanted to go to Japan. Okay? But sabi ko, sarili ko, I need a diploma because when I come back here, I might be racing with the new graduates. So if I have a diploma, I can race with them. So I did not fail when I come back here. I cannot deteriorate yung English ko because I speak Japanese for 15 years. I stayed there for 15 years as a PNP. Okay? I dance, I choreograph, entertainer. Okay? Then, pagbalik ko rito, the kids, my upwards are speaking English. Like, oh my God. And my vocabulary, my grammar deteriorate everything. So, I plan to work in a BPO so that my English grammar will be polished. And so far, ito na siya ngayon. So far, at least I'm still holding it. And yeah, of course, Miss Lagan. Then, as for this, for you, I'm so happy na you were able to get what you want. Just be careful of multiple sex. Okay? Kasi bata, tagang mapan sila, no? Mapusok, yeah, that's it. Kami kasi noon, we really had to hide. Even in my Facebook, you can never see on my Facebook that I'm hugging with a man because of my family. Kasi yung family namin, doon na sila nasanay na ganito kami and we can never change it. Okay? So, because we have a legacy noon, But this time, it's all open kasi parang itsura nila lalaki. So, akala ng nanay tatay na, they're just friends. But they're lovers na pala. Okay? So, you just have to go on with your can. Then soar high. Then follow your dreams. And if you can go abroad, you go abroad. Okay?
Thank you. So yes, we have a question from the audience. Of course, we're very happy to share the conversation and go on, continue the show with Rivera.
Yeah, good afternoon. Curious lang po, no? What's your take on the woke culture? And kana gani nga kon kay sikat kay ron kanang laganap na kay karon na kanang isa ni kanang mag-change good of gender and gender transformation. Especially katong mga bata pa gani kayo, mga dili ko sa kapilitan kung unsa man gyud ilang gender identity. But a lot of people know they really, whether medical and or legal, they support that kind of parang decision sa mga bata.
Siguro I'm the first one to be able to answer that because I am scientifically transformed. Okay, so I had my operation in Japan, then I had an enhancement. Let's not just enumerate it. Basta kung saan na siya. Okay, so I really have to do this because of my work in Japan. Kasi if you were being transformed there, your salary will get up and up. And in our club, ang mga costumes namin, pinakalabas na yung mga breasts na covered by the nipples only. So how could you be able to show your breast if it's flat? So you have to go to the doctor to have it augmented or enhanced. Okay? So that's my reason. Because nag-TMT na ako roon, why not do it? Then when I came back here, the first thing I saw, the school that I passed by was the Davao City High School. And I saw these high school students, may mga hairpins here, a lot of hairpins, then lipsticks, then contour na yung kilay na. Sabi ko, does the school allows this already? Sabi naman nila, yes. Even in Ateneo, may meron doong teacher na long hair. So I haven't met her yet. Tapos sabi ko, okay, that's fine. Pero dapat sana hindi mawala sa landas kasi pag once the person does make up and everything, that's another thing when they go out. Okay? They beautify because they want to flaunt something, they want to flirt, whatever will be their time, para sa akin lang, wag lang sana mapunta doon. It's just an inspiration. They could be able to educate themselves with this kind of looks. Okay? Then, ang question ko lang kasi rito ngayon is the teachers who are transgender, who wears school uniform ng kan. I have nothing about them, but I am very much affected with the children. Kasi ako teacher din ako. College, and I went to high school. Sa high school, I went to the North Davao Mining Corporation, pitong bundok. So I went there, so nakikilala ko yung mga bata doon. Psychologically, talagang yun ang unang ginagawa ng teacher. You have to train the brain of the minds of the student for them to be able to go on the right path. So how could these teachers, I have nothing against them, how can these teachers na pag-girl doon sa na yung sa mga estudyante na developing process pa yun. Okay? So if they will be boys, how could they be able to go on that path when they see somebody who is not a boy, is a boy but wearing a girl as a teacher? Siguro, may mga teacher, but makukonfusing data. So what I wanted to them is to teach in college or in high school. Because these college and high school students can be able to decide on their own na. Ay, hindi ko bite bayo, pero bite man si ma'am, okay ra. So, they will follow the path yung intelligence ng teacher. But when they are elementary, TI si ma'am. I put, they will follow Magod kasi students of elementary, they have their models Magod. Diba? So, that's the only thing na kanya. And regarding the transformation ngayon ng mga bakla, na I will always tell them na you have the money kasi may mga webcam, then they go to Thailand, they have their breast augmented, then even the sex transplant, then they have transformed their face, like me. Salamat, Doctor. And it will be good kasi they are enjoying it naman. Pero I tell them, if you have time, you finish your studies because you can never be like that after 20 or 25 years. Look at me. Sabi ko sa kanya, ako, I had been transformed, but I can still race with other people because I have this and I have this. Okay? So yun lang.
Bobby, what are your thoughts about?
For gender reassignment, I always have this advice na if you're ready, have it done. But you have to be really ready psychologically, emotionally, physically, and financially. You're ready. And the process doesn't stop there. For me, what comes important is after the gender reassignment. May mga iba kasi na nakalimutan nila na babae na sila. They still act like they're gays. No, you're a woman already, so you act like a lady. You act like a woman. That's the reason why you had this reassignment is because you wanted to be a lady. So, your mind has to be prepared to be one. Then, secondly, kailangan may counseling pa rin. There has to be. Because you don't go, it's not like changing a t-shirt and that's it. You change from red shirt to blue, yun na yun. No. There has to be a process that one has to undergo, emotional, everything. Then, in the Philippines, it's very hard because you will still have that legal name of Mr. attached before your name, even if you have this. So, are you ready for that? Pagtingin mo, pagpunta mo ng Amerika, why Mr.? Then why do you have long hair? Pagdating mo sa Amerika. So, those are the consequences usually. So, kung pwede lang if you're ready na, why not?
Ron, would you like to answer? Thoughts about woke culture?
For on that part about gender reassignment, I agree that dapat there is psychological support para alam natin na yung bata or that person really wants it, na guided siya na hindi magbabago yung isip niya kasi mahirap siya physically and financially. It's financially expensive. And I think there should be more intervention of the experts and professionals kasi I saw this one documentary na yung mga pills can be easily accessible sa mga sari-sari store. And that is dangerous because we don't know if compatible siya sa isang tao, if there will be an allergic reaction with the medicine. And dapat supervised siya, tama po. Dapat supervised siya na hindi malalagay sa alanganin yung buhay nila. And also, sabi nga po ni Sir Bobby, dapat ready dun sa government team. And on this matter, I think ito yung on every Pride Month, kasi diba Pride Month is really rooted in a protest. And isa to a platform na sana din yung pag-recognize sa the new identity and stop the deadening kasi it's part of the new identity that they have chosen when they have that reassignment or not pa, since it's financially expensive, but it's some sort of respect to their decision and to their gender expression and to who they really are. And now more than ever, this is high time for that calling.
Thank you so much.
Just additional
Yes.
things regarding the gender, the Mr., the Miss, and then actually, I really don't care about if it says sir, but sometimes it really pains. Okay, Pero tinitingnan ko kasi sometimes we're in Jollibee. Ma'am, sir, what did you do? Tinira na yung pala itsura ko. But my voice was very low that time because it's morning. It's morning, our voice is too low. Definitely. I can have one hamburger, please, and one pineapple juice. Then, okay, sir, okay, sir, okay, sir. What else? I'm sorry, ma'am. So, I'm not meticulous with the pronoun. For as long as the manners and the respect is there, then nakita ko naman hindi siya tumingin, that's fine, sir. Pero pag tumingin siya, nag-sorry siya, then, ma'am, I'm sorry. So that will be fine. So that is the most important thing, that you could be able to apologize when you are mistaken.
Love that. I'm learning a lot. Yeah, and now one more question from Scott.
Happy Pride. Yes. And ang question ko lang is, kasi history ang pinag-uusapan natin. So, first, how did you think, kahit mga matagal na manggid kayo, no? So, makita nyo na ang history. Paano nag-evolve din si Davao City in terms of acceptance, embracing the gay culture na sinasabi natin? Kasi sinasabi subculture pa noon, palaging nag-guidance pa. Pero ngayon, sa tingin niyo, how did it evolve now? And second is, what is it about Davao City's culture na kaya natin? Kasi tayo yung una na nagkaroon ng women code, tayo nag-anti-discrimination ordinance, and then we even have an LGBT desk sa City Hall. Si Pidot ang desk officer nun. So, ano ang special sa Davao City or unique sa kultura natin na kumbaga mas embracing tayo sa diversity, no? Ayan. So, 2 questions, how it evolved and what is it in our culture?
Well, because the gay culture in Davao has always been thriving. From the mga elite people, dati naman talaga wala pang middle classes. It's either the upper and the lower. The upper class are the ones who patronize the services and the usually predominantly gay people who dominated the fashion design, the beauty culture, because Davao before used to have a lot of parties and events. So we have this Eros de Davao, then we have this Mutya ng Davao na we have parties leading to that. Then that generation was a very exacting generation, and people really go out to dress 3 times a week. I have aunts who do not even show themselves at 6 o'clock in the morning to get out of their bedroom because they feel naked when they are not yet set. So by 7 o'clock, naka-hairdo na sila. So that's the generation that we have. And those services are being spearheaded by the gay people. That's why Ernie Marquez, Indian, Danny Pamplona, those are icons in the Philippine gay and Davao gay culture. And Davao is more embracing because marami ding mga bading na galing sa elite families. So, hindi pwedeng basta-bastahin. We have John Ross Carriedo, we have Norman Garcia, Jerry Cabreros, of course. They blaze the trail. Na, hindi pwedeng bastasin ng mga bayot, ha? Sampaling ko kayo, ganyan. That was really how it was. So, pati yung mga, even those who were hidden in the closet, were slowly opening up, blossoming. So, by the time they blossomed, they already were thriving in their careers like bankers, lawyers, landowners, hacienderas, intellectual luminaries, and like Pidot. Pidot is a trailblazer because sa UM siya is, who would ever think a student leader with very, very gay leanings would become in the forefront of the political anti-Marcos movement before. So, yeah, Davao has a very rich gay culture. I hope that the young people will be able to look back and retrace this history, because what they are enjoying now has been laid out for them by this very generation who have passed on and who have laid the ground for them to thrive as well in their new, kasi iba na rin ang mga gay ngayon. They, they have morphed into more sophisticated versions. Diba? So, they have young people who are really expressive now. You are enjoying the fruits of the labors that were done by the previous generation.
Um, Regarding the question of we also would like to thank the politicians who sponsored all those pageants na I attended before. So without their openness, these politicians, without their openness and being there in front of us, watching us with our swimsuit, covering our thing downstairs, then they keep on saying, asa nila gitago? So, but then, with the pageant that we always attended, these politicians were able to learn the world of us. Okay? So, this is it. Ay, then they have this talent show. Then we only don't have this talent show na it's only dancing, singing. No. Anong tawag nila? Buhay ba yung tawag nila ngayon? Buhay na talent. Okay? We do comedies, we do everything. Okay? So, sa mga politician, even naabutan ko si Luis Santos. Yeah? The Mayor Luis Santos. Because he was just uh, living in somewhere in Malvar yata, Malvar. And we're living in Bangkerohan. Then my uncle's very much close with the Santos. So I've learned what politics is when during days ni Santos. Then I came up with Ana Lopez, my partner in our thesis, DAVAO Beautiful, during the uh, administration of Elias Lopez. So we were the one who did the DAVAO Beautiful thesis. So by that time, the Davao gays were already been there holding its respect na dapat makamit namin to. Okay? Kung if you were if you can just go back on our time, you could be able to see and cry how difficult it is to show. But this icon na gays namin na who wears dress, talagang pinanindigan nila 24/7, 365 days. Even in bed, they wear nighties. Okay? So, sila talaga yung nag-suffer so much just for you to be accepted right now. So, because of this pride, LGBT, talaga nagpasalamat ako kasi we have this. Pagdating ko rito, ay, this is it. Okay? Pero yun lang nga, we really have to educate these gays because sometimes they are so abusive and the manners, basta sabi ko sa'yo, mag-aral ka kasi muna para you should know what manner is, sabi ko sa kanila. So, yun lang siya.
Ay, oh.
Everybody thinks to show you how Davao has led the way, has progressed. I grew up in Ateneo. No? I grew up in Ateneo de Davao. Grade school ako 1950s. High school 1960. Ateneo de Manila mid-60. No? Ngayon, nung panahon namin, no, takot lumabas yung mga bakla. Okay? It was not accepted, even by the families. No? Sa pamilya, tatay mo, bugbugin ka malamang, kapatid mo, bugbugin ka din. Pagdating mo sa eskwela, bugbugin ka din. Ganon. Ganon ang kultura noong araw. So things of, maswerte kayo, even your batch, I'm older than Boy Nogales, okay? Yan, yung grupo namin, no? Ganyan, no, araw. So, looking back, I really have to admire the one or two people who came out. Kasi they were the bravest of us all. Ayun. Also, I grew up in San Francisco naman ako during the rise of the gays there, no? Castro Street and so on and so forth. So nakita ko yung progression, no? On how gays have been accepted, no? Kaya, Davao, tama ka, no? Davao's led the way. And kayo, in a way, maswerte rin kayo because you did not go through yung mga gauntlet nung dinaanan ng mga, Okay, yan lang, perspective lang. Pardon? Meron din one. Isa, one famous guy. Yung anak ng PC commander dito. Di ba yata yung lalaki nun no? Tatlo doon, badin. Tatlo naman, bully. Yan, klase ko isa. Anyway, ganun yan, alright. Now, the only gay guy I know in the 60s was Boy Ginoo.
Uncle Baby,
Boy
Castillo.
Ginoo lang, no?
And my Dr. Uncle, Baby Castillo. Yeah. I had an uncle kasi who finished at Ateneo also, who became a doctor, who's the best friend of Tito Boy, So, si Dr. Castillo. Kilala na talaga siya na they were gays talaga. Sila, kasi body-body yan sila ni Tito Boy, So, when he goes to New York, Tito Boy goes to New York, he always stays with my uncle. So, kaya sa family namin, thank God, normal siya. If you are gay, then so be it. Wala nang mga struggle. Hindi na uso yan.
So we can really taking note that the journey in the community, especially in Davao City, is built through the struggles of course, our the leaders and our peers in the past who have paved the way to like the freedom, the sense of self that we have today. So we're reaching towards the end of the program right now, and siguro maybe just invite our speakers to share a short message about how do we continue, fostering this sense of community, and how do we continue, spreading the love.
Before anything else, I would like to also, wherever you are, Tito Boy, you've always blazed the trail. Because Tito Boy Ginoo was the first gay member in the original Bayanihan, Pilipinas, of Helena Benitez. So talagang, he's from Davao. So, he's the original member of the first Bayanihan, Philippines, who got to travel around the world. So, galing sa Davao. And Tito Boy had a colorful life. That was, pag sinabi ni Tito Boy, nandyan si Tito Boy sa isang event, may imprimatur bigla na, okay yan, kasi Tito Boy is there. It gains the respect because it's being raised by Tito Boy. Now, parting shot, may the gay culture thrive in positive ways. May the young gay people embrace love always, in any forms, in any shape, because love is always the answer.
Siya siguro dapat sa beauty contest. Tapos sa akin naman is I really go on to education. Okay? So no matter what, you really have to finish your education and have a diploma. Because that is the only weapon that you could be able to have when you reach the higher age. Though, because I believe that age is not a requirement to be a knowledge person. Okay? So wherever you go, when you go there in other places, you can smartly talk to them because you finished this. Okay? And I would like to also say that on a BPO company where I was working, they should have planned it now. It's not because they are tenured, they could be able to apply to this. Because most of my experiences having this college level supervisors, they're still missing. So they have to finish college first for them to be able to manage a group, to manage themselves, and to manage the company. Okay? So education is a must. And for our self-esteem, you just have to respect yourself so that others would respect you. By doing this respect, you have to educate yourself first. Sorry,
Ayun, as closing na din po, natakal natin that the fruit of the labors from the previous generations, we are enjoying it now. And we are a history in the making. Kasi, well, madami nang nagawa para magkaroon tayo ng space in our society, but marami pa rin kailangan gawin para magkaroon ng mas pantay na space sa society. Kasi, sabi nga po, the key is love. And when there are same-sex couples, there is a less right. Kaya there are right to care bills in different cities. Because kapag when your other partner is in danger, you cannot sign the hospital papers, you are not the legal guardian. And up until may ganyan pa rin mga experiences, we are not fully free from inequality. Yes po. And hanggat each generations will continue to fight until we will no longer need to fight because there is an equal rights for everyone. Yun lang po.
So much, yes, awesome.
I just want to announce that I have an organization right now, which is called AGAD. It's the Association for Golden Gays as in DAVAO. So we are all 50 years old above. Okay? Because on an LGBT, we could not be able to hold on to the LGBT because they have requirements of the street plantings and everything that we cannot do anymore. So we had an organization for 50 years old. So for those who wanted to join the AGAD, so you can just go to any parlors who you think are 50 years old above because I think they are members of it. Then I would like to also to ask the LGBT organization right now to please have a part of this activity to recognize all those 50 years old days who gave you the year of your acceptance and the year of your happiness because of them, the difficulties. So you just have to have a party to recognize always them and the past beauty queens and this and that. So that's all.
Thank you so much. Yes, indeed, no, it's all about building on each other's successes, but still actively participating in history in the making to make sure that we are grounded in the present and have a solid understanding of what the future is for all of us. Daghang kayong salamat, Ronwen, also and Bobby, for this wonderful conversation here in Davao Historical Society's Throwback Thursday. Bonga, the evolution of gender in pop culture. Special thanks to Kadangpan Digital Media and of course Mindanao Times for for helping us spread the word, for being a platform in history conversations like this. Of course, Ayala Mosa Visa for this space. And that's it for today. My name is Jessie. Happy Pride, and we'll see you around, everyone. Salamat. Salamat.